crew spotted some uniforms around here.
Sons of bitches.
What's going on, guys and gals? Eros here. I hope you're all well and staying safe out there. It's still a little bit crazy times around, so make sure you're looking after yourselves. Now, I am really excited to be making this video for you guys, discussing The Last of Us 2 multiplayer. I made a couple, well not a couple, yeah actually, when was it? Yeah, a couple of days ago, I made a video talking about multiplayer not being in the game, and it pretty much blew up. I wasn't really expecting that kind of response, so I thought I would make this video discussing some things about the multiplayer. Now, before I go any further, I want you all to know that everything I am talking about is all my own speculation and nothing is official information. Alright, so let's get into it. So, kind of first things I want to talk about, let's talk about the ability of going prone and being able to dodge in the second game. Now, it's a new feature and it works really well in the story, and I think you can utilize it really well. Now, I can definitely see the dodging ability being in the multiplayer, but I don't know, it will definitely have to come with some sort of cost. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So, I don't know, whether that ability has some sort of cooldown period, so you can't keep dodging excessively, or, I don't know, or like being able to dodge twice every life, or something like that, because, I don't know, I can just see that being an ability people would just really spam, and we don't want that, because it won't be fun for anybody if that's how everyone's going to play. So let's move on and let's talk about going prone. Now, to be honest with you, I don't believe that this ability would be in the multiplayer. I feel like this ability would definitely be very overpowering, and it will just cause a lot of players to hide in camp and just go for kills, which, I don't know, will kind of lead the game into the wrong direction, because we don't want this to be like Call of Duty camp warfare. So, however, if it was going to make its way to the multiplayer, I kind of think it would be a mechanic that would only be available to like hide and maybe go into different areas of the map if you were to crawl through, I don't know, like a tunnel to reach a different side or something like that, like little shortcuts in the map. Also, I don't think you would be able to shoot while going prone. Because, yeah, being able to hide under something and then being able to shoot, I feel like that's just too much. So I believe that going prone and not shooting, it could be possible, but as I said, this is all just speculation. Now, that's my thoughts on those two features. Moving on, I want to talk about weapons. Now, there's a lot of weapons in this game, and there's a pretty big variety too, so there's something for everybody. Now, in the multiplayer of the first game, you couldn't really do too much with the weapons. The only thing you could really do is like add a silencer to some weapons. But I feel like The Last of Us 2 really pushed on with this and allows players a lot more options with customizing. So, I don't know, maybe weapons having their own kind of skill tree to give us more options could be something that could work. Instead of just having like silencers, pretty much, because that's all the first game had. So maybe having more abilities to the guns, more kind of like a skill tree kind of thing. Yeah, I can kind of see that happening. Now, still on the topic of weapons, this is something that I'm pretty excited for. And I feel like this would be a feature that's going to really make this game really different from the first game. And that is traps and stun weapons. So, if you've played through the second game, you will know that some areas have mines and tripwire areas that you need to look out for. Now, in the first game, the only traps we had were like bombs, which are pretty good because you could actually throw them, but now if we had tripwires in multiplayer for the second game, I feel like that would be a really big game changer, and it would allow some really good team play. And I also feel like this would open the door for some other possible game modes too. Now, getting into game modes, unfortunately the first game that we're currently playing right now only has 3 different game modes, you know, which isn't a bad thing, I guess, but I guess it could be really repetitive for some players. I say some because, like, honestly, there's 3 different game modes in this game, but I just play supply raid. That's what I play. Supply raid is just my go-to game mode. I think I've only ever played the other game modes like once or twice anyway. So I'm always on supply raid. So for me, I don't feel like it gets repetitive at all, because I'm always changing my class loadouts, and you're always versing different types of plays as well. So every game always feels different. Yeah. So talking about game modes. My kind of idea is that like a mode I could definitely see happening is like a survival mode where it's 4 players fighting against infected. I don't know, and the goal is to kind of like clear out the area in a time limit or something like that, or to reach a certain point. Yeah, I definitely can see that happening, and this is definitely a feature I wish that was in the first game, but unfortunately it just wasn't there. But I can definitely see this being a feature. And I know a lot of other players as well, they would like to have this in the game, so I can definitely see that happening. That was a very good shiv kill. I like watching some of my old gameplays. So yeah, I can definitely see that being a feature added. Also, as you know with the first game, in regards to the factions in the multiplayer, that's what we're discussing here. You've got 2 different groups. You've got the hunters and you've got the fireflies. Now you've just got those 2. Now in regards to that, I feel like the second game could really expand on that and maybe even have 4 different factions of your choosing. Okay, so let's just speculate about this for a moment. So 4 different factions, you can choose whatever faction you want, and the games will always match you up with some other team. Okay, so 4 different teams, and let's say the faction, I don't know, let's say like weekly challenges, right? They go for 1 week, and there's some sort of challenge, alright? So which faction gets the most, I don't know, wins or kills in, let's say, supply raid. Okay, then the end of the week comes, and it'll show you a tally of which team was the most dominant for that week. I feel like that's something that could really work in this game, and I feel like there's enough options out there to have 4 factions. But yeah, at the moment, that's all my ideas, and that's my speculation about the multiplayer. I just hope we do hear some news regarding it soon. But yeah, for now, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So we've got like maybe 2 minutes left of this gameplay, so I'm just going to let this gameplay play out. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and take care of yourselves, and I will see you all next time, guys.
I can't see. I'm freaking up. I can't see. That's one.
Bastards are on their last legs! All right, man, let's go! Got me!
Hey, right there, uniform. All right, good to go.
All done, let's go. Down one uniform. Right, this place is ours. You won't be coming back here no more.